We're back after a lovely break over Christmas and New Year, and we've done our first week. Been a bit of bad weather this week, and I'll let you know how this week's gone if you watch this video. Oh, welcome to the new year. It's the 7th of January, and we've got a delivery today, a hazardous load. It's in an IBC on the back of my van that's got to be pumped out at a water treatment works up this narrow path. It started snowing again, and the people who unlock the pole in front of me have not arrived. They're going to be half an hour. Should be very interesting to see if we can get this unloaded, but that's what we're here for. Adapt and overcome. Hope you all had a good break, by the way. I did work yesterday, just did the one job. Now, two jobs, I beg your pardon. I did a air cargo up to Leeds and then Huddersfield back to Manchester. Just easing into the week. This is an ADR load, as you can see. I've got the flags on the back. And we're just waiting for rescue now. Well, not rescue, someone to open this gate before the snow gets too bad. Still the same day and still snow, but I'm in Crewe this time. Oh, look, bit of lunch. And to now we've got nitrogen, and we're taking it from Stoke to Crewe. So not a bad day today with ADR work. Let's hope the rest of the year carries on like this. Oh, I've been on better roads. This is going over the top from Halifax to Burnley, and it was a bit switchbacky and steep before. It was a bit dodgy, but we're going all right now. We're out in all kinds of weather again. It's Thursday today, 9th of January. It is about 7:45 in the morning, and we are just not far from Blackpool, and it's snowing, which is unusual for this area. We don't really get snow, but it started snowing. But we've got a long drive ahead of us to Brighton, so the temperature's really cold. It doesn't normally stop. When I left the house this morning, it was -6. It's -2 at the moment because we're closer to the coast, and we've got a long drive to Brighton ahead of us. Catch you in a bit. Right, still the same day. Bright. The motorways have been quite slow because we've had a snowstorm back up near Wigan, which slowed everything down, and we're currently just approaching Stoke-on-Trent. So progress is slow on this journey today, but I just want to formally wish everyone a Happy New Year because I haven't done that yet. I hope you had a great time. I hope you had a great Christmas. I had a great time off, a good break, seeing friends, family, etc., things like that, and it's been nice and just to recharge the batteries, really. So this week, it's not been a bad first week back. Monday was pretty quiet, but I've had work every day, and today will probably be the best paying day because this trip to Brighton, I get paid from leaving my house, driving up to near Blackpool, 50 odd miles, collect the gear, and then drive all the way down to Brighton, 300 miles down to Brighton. It'll be a long day, but a lucrative day. And this week will work out okay, which is surprising because it's January, and traditionally, as everybody knows, January is usually a very, very quiet and poor month. How the year's going to go, I don't know. A few people have given the game up. I've noticed a few companies on the CX have disappeared and gone under, and I hope that people aren't left being owed too much money on that. I don't do a lot of work on the CX, as we know, but I don't want to see anybody losing out on money, but it would appear that a few companies have gone under, and I think and fear that we're going to lose a few more owner drivers this year. I think the industry is so saturated with drivers with not enough work that it's just not sustainable, and some people will end up giving the game up, as some already have. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're working for such a low rate per mile, you've got to question whether it's worth it or not, haven't you? I'm lucky I have work outside of the CX that pays a fair price amount. It's not £1 million, but it pays a living wage out of it. And I use the CX really nowadays if I haven't got any other work, or just perhaps trying to grab a cheeky backload home. And even then I'll look for better paid work like hazardous loads and things like that. I mean, I've had a few people contact me, as people do, to say they're setting up and they're starting. And if you are, I'm not going to talk you out of it. It's up to you. You're a grown person. You'll make your own mind up whether you do it or not. But don't come into it with massive expectations if you're going to do it, because it's going to be difficult, especially when you start. You've got to build those contacts and try and get some regular work, either from your own direct customers or a trusted work supplier. Working on the CX alone, it's not going to make you money. Not really, to be honest with you. But I really do hope it works for those of you who've contacted me, and that you make the most of it. So what I'll do this week will be a shorter video. I'll just do a finish one for Friday, just to show how the first week went, and then we'll probably revert back to the fortnightly videos unless something of interest comes up. Remember, any subjects you'd like me to cover or touch on, let me know, and if it's if it's something that will help everybody, we'll cover it. Well, it's Friday now, 10th of January, and pretty much going to finish for the day now. It is 12:30, and I've been up early this morning. I went to Brighton yesterday. That was a mission of a drive, and traffic conditions in some parts were terrible. Snowfall, ice, the temperature dropping down, washers on the van not working because of the low temperatures. Pulled in at one garage, everyone had bought out all the screen wash and couldn't understand why it won't work, but it was just too low. I had -8 screen washing mine, well, I was still struggling. Anyway, we got there. There was no work in Brighton coming back up. I checked the feed. It's a good job I got well paid for that job, because I did drive home empty. This time of year, the CX, hardly any jobs came up on it on the way back. Done a job this morning for my customers, a well paid one. Drove up to North Yorkshire to my usual place where I go, collected some goods and took them to Manchester, but it is decently paid work. And then they asked me to go into Bradford to collect 2 long pallets that just about fit on this 4-metre van and bring them back to Manchester Airport, where I am now. The feed is not all that busy. I've done okay this week, so I think I'm going to call it for this 1 week. So the first week back has been all right. Not on the CX, that's been very quiet. I did have a CX day where I did 2 hazardous loads, which made it a good day. But apart from that, most of the rest of the work has been from my regular customers, and we'll see what next week brings. Road tax reminders just come in for this van. Can't believe it's pushing towards a year that I've had it, and so that's £335 I'll have to shell out. It's due the end of the month, but I'm just going to pay it today, I think, when I get home, get it out of the way. So more money, and then this van will be going in for a service and a timing belt and water pump, probably early February. So more money, but I do budget for all of these things, and the van's been running okay, and I'm still pleased with it, and I hope to get a good couple more years out of it yet. I keep it well serviced, well maintained, and I look after it. Not everybody who I know has done all that well this week. There's been a few people who've struggled. Some people haven't bothered coming out because of the weather. But I don't think it's been all that much worth coming out for. We all know it's going to be quiet in January. You expect it, but then when you come out, you want to work, don't you? But I'm pleased to be over target this week. I didn't expect to be perfectly honest with you. That'll do. We're not broken any records, but I've got over target. And what more can I ask for? So we're going to see what the next couple of weeks brings, and then I'll come back to you in a couple of weeks. I hope you're all okay, and thank you for watching the video. Give us a thumbs up if it's all right for you. Any questions, any topics you want to discuss, let us know how you got on over your Christmas breaks. Did you work? Was it worth it? Put it in the comments, and I'll see you all soon.